Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? Hello. Hello, what up, boys? Hello, hello. What up? Sorry about that. Dude, the cat wasn't out. Hello, hello, hello. What happened? Just the door was left open, basically. The door was left open. Classic cat's out, cat's not out situation. I probably won't stay live that long. I just figure I'd go live in case anyone was stressed out and worried. But I don't think we'll go watch Hassan for the next couple hours. I was scared. Well, it's all good, bro. Everything's good, brother. Well, here. It's very not good in other places of the world. Specifically. Last stream, everything's still a plan. Everything's a go. Still planning on doing the marathon stream tomorrow. What happened? What's happening? Doors left open. Cat was supposedly out. Actually just under the bed. Under Nick's bed, which is rare. Which has happened before. But it was like a year ago. And what's happening in the world is Russia is doing a full-scale invasion in Ukraine. Which is crazy. People are saying ground troops. Is this real shit?
Got a really large conventional force. And there's
Where's
no
the
question that
background?
Russia
There's still background on this
has the edge
Austin
here
Ox. How is this
militarily.
transparent?
But they are not going to win the hearts and souls of the Ukrainians. And they took on Afghanistan, and look at how that went for them.
Yes, which is
Their withdrawal from Afghanistan, their defeat there, was the beginning of the end of the Soviet Union.
yeah, the
End of
Russian
Soviet
population.
Union.
Hello.
The one thing about people
Ukraine
around the world is not
tweeted?
everybody's
Wait,
interested
what?
in their government getting involved in long, drawn-out wars. Obviously, by the way, we, as you said correctly, it's the Black Sea, not the Caspian Sea. Getting a little late in the night for me, but it's not so.
Ukraine tweeted, dude, no way. What? Dude, they're trolling. They're dropping memes.
Poland, but it's those countries that you named, the Baltic states, are very deeply concerned about this. They all have large Russian populations, sometimes in excess of 20%, and they're very worried about this thesis that Vladimir Putin has, that Russians anywhere else require the umbrella of protection of Russia. It reminds them of what Hitler did in 1939 as an excuse to go into Poland.
Want to see some crazy shit, dude? This is a tweet from Ukraine 2.5 months ago. Types of headaches: migraine, hypertension, stress, living next to Russia. From Ukraine's official Twitter account. They were right, dude. They were right. They were memeing, but they were also right.
I don't understand. I mean, our major
Apparently
media
Russia
sources, like,
replied
fucking
some
lying.
weak shit.
I don't really understand it. Ukraine military says information about the landing of Russian troops in
Russia's
Odessa is
Crimean
false.
wine causes
Ukraine
no
military says Air Force and
RWH.
Armed forces of Ukraine is repelling an air attack by the invader.
It's a weak reply.
What is
I'd agree.
happening? By the way, it almost feels like Russia itself, because like I've heard Russian misinformation on the Russian side greatly exaggerating all of the fucking attacks that they've engaged in, and it's making it seem like it's literally making it seem like I guess whoever the fuck has like been telegraphing what Russia's going to do on the Russian intelligence side to the Americans is still baiting them into believing that certain things that are not happening are happening. You know what I mean?
No. What is he saying? The cat never left. It was one of those doors left open things. I have a problem with my front door where when you slam it shut, it bounces back because the door stopper is too large or thick. So it was left wide open for a while, and then we couldn't find the cat. And anytime you can't find the cat, it's an all hands on deck situation. Is he just watching a muted video? I can't tell if I have the stream muted or if he's not taking. Haas news breaking. Putin is very bad.
Sorry, I just got some
The Vladimir Putins
information.
of this world and the oligarchs who are now being punished in these sanctions. But the sanctions.
What are
will
we
not
doing? I don't think I'll be
Vladimir
live
Putin
too long.
And his progeny. They are so
honestly, I think all the good information that will come out, and by good I mean correct information that will come out of the Russian invasion, will be done by news sources that are required to put out these stories on a less timely manner. Does that make sense? Like most people you can trust will take a while to come out with the news that actually makes sense, and then the actual news sources like MSNBC or I mean not fucking MSNBC, but anyone is just going to say a whole lot of nothing, right? Like all throughout the evening, ABC, MSNBC, Fox are all going to be live just with nothing burgers. Just saying nothing, bringing on random old people being like, what do you think about this? And then all the real news that's being found by like even someone like Hassan is usually from Twitter. And the problem is like, what, 60% of it, 50% of it might be right. 50% is wrong. Maybe even more lopsided. So I don't too much feel great covering things in real time, knowing that the information, it could just be wrong.
Kind of a response or defense.
Dude, Belarus, the Belarusian government, the Belarus government is such bitches, dude. They're like, what are you gonna do, bitch? What are you gonna do, bitch ass? Like, they're like, oh yeah, we'll come with you, dude. Come on, we'll invade with you. It's like little babies, dude. Okay, sick.
Belarus is getting hard carried.
Such cucks.
Belarus riding some coattails.
Just absolutely fucking cucked.
So this
Belarus
is a react
is
stream.
a Russian ally, yes.
It's a bit of a react stream, but it's more so a for everyone who right now at home is like, oh fuck, World War III. What does this mean for me? Oh my God. In addition to like, oh, this is really sad. You know, I think the best thing is to actually wait for reliable news sources rather than panic consume information to be the most abreast on what is happening in the world. Because I think that path oftentimes leads to a lot of misinformation that booms you out in the long term.
Also, Article 4 consultations with allies at NATO.
That's just from one
in
journalist
advance of the Russian
to you
military
guys.
physically moving across those borders. Another thing that we've been expecting to see and we're hearing from the Ukrainian government that is happening.
Bro, I'm
is
watching anime.
cruise
Okay, doesn't mean you don't need to stop feeling bad. Don't just throw on Sword Art Online. Shmeeshmop. Sword Art Online. I wait. You can still feel bad.
in recent days were those
I'm a
ships
gaming
that
journalist.
The Russian military
No, I'm a
brought
fuck.
into,
I'm
the
a
Black
gamer with a
Sea
journalism
and then
degree.
into the Sea of Azov. They're landing ships. Yes, they have the ability to bring mainly Russian Marines, but Russian military ashore there. But they also have missile capability, and those are among some of the Russian military's most precise capabilities for targeting from
China sent
from
this
afar.
So this is an
statement
interesting point
supporting
because
Russia.
We've had discussions about the Ukrainian
What is
military and how
this?
fierce they are. And
I believe
how-
that was
and-
before the invasion. But I don't think they've supported an invasion.
Of its size, bomb camps in its borders, Sleepy Joe's and a worthy contender. Germany is known for choking wars, won't allow NATO.
Mickey Mouse invasion.
Mickey Mouse invasion?
What the fuck is a Mickey Mouse invasion?
Bro, what is happening right now? Is this like LeBron Twitter? Like, what the fuck? It should be transparent. Let's see.
Has to invade a country 1% of its size. Several countries on its side. Spawn camps its border. Won't allow NATO.
Let's go.
Sleepy
Let's
Joe
go,
isn't
dude.
worthy content. What the hell is a Mickey Mouse invasion?
There it is.
This invasion does not count in my book. Is this a meme? Who the fuck cares if it's in your book or not? Saying it's like a bitch-made invasion? What do they want? The beaches of Normandy?
Up in the process of
Mickey Mouse, a reference to the 2020 NBA playoffs where they played in Disney World. So they consider it like a Mickey Mouse playoffs, a.k.a. it's a playoffs that don't matter. Oh, the last thing I'd want to hear is Keemstar's take on this.
Don't. I will die. I don't want to die. I don't want to subject you to fucking brain cancer.
Thank
Did
you.
you just give me... Don't link me fucking Keemstar, dude.
Thank you.
Keemstar explains Russia invading Ukraine.
Sent some
I
bombers.
was trying to
There are
think, is there a
reports
worse
that he
news
has,
source than getting it from
some
me?
Attack fighters in
And then
Syria,
Keemstar showed up.
which is meant to be a very specific deterrent to the United States military. If there's any sense that the U.S. military is going to go in, he has those capabilities all over the area. Also, there are reports that he sent some of these hypersonics.
Yes, I am curious. I am a little curious about how
The guy who can't even get information right when it comes to YouTube beef, trying to get information right for a fucking war.
hitting myself with a hammer over and over again until I have long-term memory loss. That is what it would be like if I were to listen to Keemstar's fucking point of view on this
In this
situation.
long written op-ed that he wrote back in July and released publicly, he has made it very clear what he wants to do here. He is also now sending signals, clear signals, but with things like these hypersonic missiles.
What
and
news
these
sites do you
bomber
use? I only
deployments
use TikTok and Twitter.
to the world and to Western allies and to NATO.
Real
and
news.
to the NATO alliance that, look, I'm going after Ukraine. Don't try to stop me. And if you do, these are the capabilities that I have. And that he is making it very clear he is willing to use.
Tumblr's tight on all this shit right now, too.
thought that was something, we've come to expect everything these days, and that one I didn't expect. Courtney, thanks. Stay close, please, and let us know as soon as you've got any more updates. I want to go back to Kyiv. Aaron McLaughlin is standing by. Matt Bradley is in Kharkiv,
He's
Ukraine.
always peeing.
Keir Simmons is in Moscow. Let's start with Aaron. What's the situation there, Aaron?
Well, we have just heard from the emergency services here in Ukraine posting to the people.
I wonder what Russian Twitter thinks about this. I wish there was a way to just read Russian Twitter right now. But like, are they like, what are they saying?
The State Security Service Ukraine is ready to help you. It has been a while now since we have
Anyway,
heard the
brought to you
last
by
explosion. The
NordVPN.
last explosion we heard was about over an hour ago. The sirens for now also
You can set
seem
your
to have
trends
stopped.
to a
People
certain
are
country, set your
continuing
trends to
evacuate
Russia.
the city here. Although while they're leaving in cars, we're hearing reports that some of the highways in the western direction of Ukraine are now jammed with traffic. But the
I feel like
streets of
Twitter is the
Kyiv
worst
themselves,
website in the
though,
world
are
for
empty
something
as
like
authorities are
an
trying to urge
invasion
people,
or
to
war.
remain calm. We have heard from President Zelensky
like the worst thing.
in a social media post urging people
Dude.
not.
Unfortunately, I'm just seeing what's happening in the conflict, and we'll pause on tomorrow's announcement. Dude, how did it take you so long? It took the dude
under
2
attack.
hours
This is a scenario
to
which
say.
really
He
the
tweeted out,
Ukrainian
"Let's
government had
go!"
been, downplaying
2
for some
hours
time,
later.
As early as the beginning of this week, President Zelensky saying that he did not think that Russia and Ukraine were going to go to war. But this morning,
I might be a
blasts
scheduled
that
tweet. Yeah, you might be
woke
right.
People in the capital, obviously indicating that war is now very much underway as we're waiting to hear more from authorities in terms of their next steps. I spoke to the Ukrainian president's spokesperson a short while ago and asked him where the Ukrainian president is.
This has to be fake, right?
He declined to comment, Ali.
Aaron, have you been able to get, I know you're working hard.
The
and
second
you're paying
trending
attention to
thing for
everything
me
that's
is
going on,
Snowfall.
but we're not sure where
The
clearly
show?
you heard explosions
That has to be
in
fake.
Kyiv. We were together when you heard them. Then you heard the attack.
They paid
sirens.
for that ad
Do we
spot.
know where those explosions happened yet? And I'm asking you because when I was talking to Ambassador McFaul,
Like, I'm saying
earlier,
that's a
he
paid
seemed to
ad
think
that
he was,
people aren't
hearing from
legitimately
people in
tweeting about the
Ukraine
show.
who thought at least some of them might be near the airport. Although you indicated you were hearing them from different.
It's 100% a paid ad. I don't know how they don't have to disclose this, though.
Yeah, I was hearing explosions really at all sides from where I am right now, really in the heart of the Capitol.
Because it doesn't show that it's paid.
To my left, to my right, and then directly behind me. Unclear where exactly, precisely those explosions were happening. Of course, we did hear from an advisor to the Minister of the Interior say that ballistic missiles were launched, striking a number of military installations as well as airfields, though we have no further clarity from authorities on specific targets at this time, Ali.
Okay, as soon as you hear about that, please let me know. Obviously, it's militarily significant and important if they're hitting the airports because Ukraine doesn't have a massive air defense capability.
Stay there!
What?
Stay down, Shasta! Just stay down!
What? What is going on,
What
bro?
the fuck did you just click on?
Yo! It literally magically jumped the Sci-Fi Channel, dude.
Oh, free Sci-Fi Network.
What? Did Russia just fucking hack NBC News?
Will have very strong ties to Ukraine, and they'll be waking up now, really, I think, very worried about
in just
what
a
is
short
happening.
period of time.
But they will be told, as they have been so far, that this is not an offensive military operation. This is the defensive one. So there will be a sense of
Hacked.
reluctantly accepting the need to enter Ukraine rather than supporting a president who is hell-bent on rebuilding a Russian empire.
Bro, this
They
isn't
have been
even
told
like live. This is like old shit.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. I think that's why they started playing the Sci-Fi Network.
This is not live. It's like light in Ukraine.
It is daytime
Lights are
song.
out.
Yep.
I mean, not lights are out. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. It's bright out.
It's because there's no news, right? There's no news, just conjecture on what's happening.
That was crazy.
A member of NATO. And now we're seeing the events unfold on the ground there as a result of what Vladimir Putin had called very much a security threat to this country. I want to say that on Monday evening, during his first televised address to the nation, where he declared those two states
It is a lot of
as
speculation.
independent states in eastern Ukraine, Vladimir Putin said to the West that you didn't want us to become friends.
Too many voices.
Union. This is one of his ambitions and could be one of the underlying notions of why he's coming into Ukraine, because we keep asking that question, why is he invading Ukraine? And we know, of course, that Vladimir Putin considers the collapse of the Soviet Union. He said this to be one of the most, the biggest political
Ukraine's
disasters
military
of the 20th century, reconstituting it for him,
Hey.
or at least reconstituting some sort of sphere of influence that would include
Shot down a
Belarus
Russian
and
aircraft.
Ukraine. It's one of the
for
motives
them.
behind the dramatic actions he's taking this morning.
Yeah,
That
well, when you look at
sounds
the map
so
and you look
petty,
from the
dude.
Baltics,
Holy
to
fuck,
the
see,
Sounds so petty. They shoot down an aircraft. You're like, good for them. They deserve that. That's a W. They needed a W. It sounds so petty when you say it like that.
Russia camp, and this is what is so alarming to those NATO countries, Latvia, Lithuania, and even Estonia. Matt, we're going to come
So
back
why
to
is
you
this
very
happening
shortly.
right
If you get
now?
a chance to look around and let us know what's going on.
It was
We'll
cooking
come
for a
right back
while.
to you. I want to go to
I think the real
Moscow now.
reason it's
Piers
happening
Simmons.
is because the Russians can get away with it, right? This seems like key opportunity to be able to get away with invading Ukraine, which is really important for them economically. And the threat of them possibly joining NATO is a good enough excuse to invade, in conjunction with Putin rambling for an hour about the history of Russia.
Putin that happened at 5:45 in the morning.
It's happening because NATO was going to place missiles in Ukraine. No, they weren't. The exact thing was like, okay, Ukraine might one day join NATO. That was the statement. It was like Ukraine might one day join NATO. It won't be today. And then people are like, okay. They took it as Ukraine will join NATO. If they do join NATO and there are missiles in Ukraine, then those missiles could arrive to Russia in 30 minutes. Or they could, if they're like interballistic, whatever, galactic missiles, in 8 minutes. But I don't think there was like a strict, like, they're coming to NATO and we're giving them missiles. But it seems like a good enough excuse to do an invasion, which is good for Russia's future.
Shares dropped heavily.
Intercontinental, intergalactic. That shit go around the moon and back. There's not going to be a draft, dude. Draft conjecture is actually only good for Twitter memes.
For President Putin, Ali, and I know I'm on your territory here.
There's no draft.
What we have been talking about up until now is the potential impact of sanctions.
I don't even think I can get drafted. I think I'm too old. Plus, I have a chussy. It's like a birth defect.
But there's also a question of the uncertainty of a conflict. Once a war is started,
they see my chussy and they're like, oh, no shot. You're not physically fit. They're going to look at my low heart rate and be like, he can't go to war. He has Tom Brady syndrome.
The next impact of that is heavy inflation if that continues. So aside from the question of sanctions, what the Russian people are waking up to right now is a heavy impact on their economy.
He has too much of an athlete's heart rate.
You're going to have these twin track issues. One is, how is this conflict playing out for President Putin? And on the other hand, what is it doing to the Russian economy aside from the sanctions? What will it be doing to the Russian economy? What will it be doing to the value of Russian
Now, I
savings?
think this is an entire bet by Putin, right? That the economic sanctions from like the major Western countries won't be as bad as the gain from controlling the Ukrainian territories that open them up to like new ports and new economic opportunity. But if they're economically, like right now, this is the ruble value, the Russian currency, and it's fucking tanked. It wasn't doing that much better the rest of the year, but
in 2014 and in years,
bro, this shit is still more powerful than the lira. Are you fucking kidding me?
Is people not seeing prosperity? I'm always happy when you wander into this space. I will tell you, European markets are not open yet.
Ruble.
It is looking like we are looking at more than a 2% drop across the board.
What the fuck is this shit,
markets,
dude?
Which would be about a 700-point drop on the Dow. But more importantly,
Turkey's not invading Ukraine.
The price of oil is up.
Fix the lira right now, America.
$102 an ounce now for Brent crude. Almost 90.
Hassan made me sad these last few weeks with his takes on this. Didn't he just have one terrible take? But I guess he probably reiterated it a lot, which is that there won't be an invasion.
What's the long game for Vladimir Putin right now? Because you don't know economically how war works out in the short term, and it often isn't good for regular people. But
maybe I'm a sheep, but I just saw a bunch of news alerts that's like Biden saying that national security teams see the ground invasion coming. And I was like, it'd be crazy if he was wrong about that. But maybe that makes me a sheeple.
Russia makes, because of course it is an energy supplier, but that only goes so far.
When Michael Barbaro said it on the Daily, I was like, it has to be true.
Frankly, because of the other implications that has for people's savings and for inflation here in Russia. Just in terms of what is Vladimir Putin's aim here. I think another aspect, we've talked about some of the things he said in that speech in the early hours of the morning here, how he talked about Russia's nuclear capability, how chilling that is to hear him talk
Russia
about that,
does have a lot of nukes. They have more nukes than the U.S.
Okay, Ukrainian military, 5 enemy planes and a helicopter shot down.
Let's go.
Okay.
I love tagging Hassan.
Talks about NATO. Now, we've said it again and again, and everybody watching will know this.
Do we trust BNO News?
So at the same time as launching this conflict in Ukraine, Vladimir Putin once again, saying that this is a part of his opposition to NATO. He's not fighting NATO right now. And so,
where do you get that info from? Where I get all my info from, Wikipedia, baby.
Aren't clear. Is he
Look at
trying
that.
to bring
Russia
down
total
the government of Ukraine?
6257.
That seems
U.S.
pretty
total
likely,
5550.
pretty clear. What is his plan after that? We simply don't know. Does he plan to
Look
try
at
to
France
occupy
on the
country?
board.
We
How the
simply
fuck
don't
did
know.
France get
We
involved?
think that seems unlikely, not least because of Russia's experience in Afghanistan before America's experience in Afghanistan.
What a
Of course,
random-ass
Russia
country.
had a very negative experience of trying to run Afghanistan. So it seems just hard to
France is huge into
comprehend
nuclear?
that
I
President
guess.
Putin's plan might be to try and occupy Ukraine, but of course the issue would be
Crepes, croissants,
even if
nukes.
he does manage to bring down the Zelensky government, what is he going to be able to put in its place? These are the kind of unknowns that will be worrying the financial markets around the world this morning, and very much so here in Russia. And these are the kind of questions that you begin to ask as a conflict starts, because you never know how a conflict ends.
What the fuck?
One of the worst tweets of 2022 so far. If it's from a gray name, then why are you even reading it? I feel like I'm watching George Floyd die again, only the country version.
Bro, what the fuck? Yo, people need to stop, dude.
Reading a gray name is like, oh, shocker. A gray name had a bad take.
We all stand knowing this is wrong, but help us to stop it. What can we do now? Hashtag Ukraine is George Floyd.
This tweet literally exists to get the reaction that Hassan's giving it.
And then hit one off on fucking Twitter. I swear to God, greatest president of all time, okay? Just think. We're so this close to fucking ending TikTok. This close. This fucking close, dude.
Ukraine's
Imagine
going
this timeline
nuts on
ends in
Twitter.
nuclear war because we elected Biden over Trump, who maybe would have gotten us in shit with
I guess when
China.
martial law hits, you don't need to clear this with your supervisors. I guess you just get to grip it and rip it. The fuck are your soups gonna say? You're in war, dude.
Dude, I don't even know.
That's
I
all
don't even
you.
know
You're
where
allowed
we
to go
would be
nuts.
at this point. If Donald Trump
What are you
was
gonna do?
president.
Fire me?
I mean, what am I saying?
Oh,
He is
was I
president,
supposed to
brother.
show up
He's
to
not
work
president.
today?
He's the real president, brother.
Yeah, that's a
Vladimir
real
Putin
tweet.
Fears him. That's gonna be interesting to see. Kiev looking pretty not bombed right now. Yeah. I mean, listen.
That's what happens when your president's a clown. I feel like that's a weird spin on it. It's a really self-absorbed spin that Ukraine got invaded because of America's president.
Completely psychopathic. Just insane. So far, luckily, it has. It seems to have chilled out. I mean, but it is an act of war.
It's facts, though. Is it?
I mean,
When Trump was president, didn't Iran continue their nuclear development programs? And then Trump was like, "I'll do everything I can to stop these," and then backed out of the deal, and so Iran just got to continue it.
Hopefully,
Was he? Was that tough? Was that the difference? Was that the Trump diff?
Do chatters think that Ukraine is? Do chatters think that Ukraine is going to look like Iraq after 6 hours?
I feel like a president.
I mean, if you listen to American media,
Isn't the game
yes, you would have
changer.
expected Ukraine to turn into Iraq in.
I always had this take that presidents are just nothing burgers.
They were going to fucking unload onto.
They're just like the queen, dude. Little spokespeople. I feel like they can't do that much.
So
they have a nominal effect on the outcome of the world. For the most part, although they can do wildly changing things. But for the most part, they don't change that much.
Ukrainian Defense Instagram posted this. I don't want to see Ukrainian memes. It's like hurting my soul. That like some fucking,
I guess they can declare war.
Some like intern is literally like fucking sitting under a desk in Liev and just
American
like posting
presidents.
fucking memes. He's like, I got this good one. This is going to be good. This will really shock the world. Didn't you say they wouldn't touch Kiev? Every time you say something, it won't happen. It gets worse. Yeah, it's my fault. I'm the one. Vladimir Putin is listening to everything I'm saying.
They can't even declare war without Congress? Fair enough. Yeah, I think the checks and balances work pretty well. I always feel like the biggest powers a president had was appointing people. because then they just appoint people of certain
telephone conversation with President Turkey.
ideologies.
Telephone conversation with President Turkey,
And that's just like all them.
Tayyip Erdogan. What's Turkey gonna do, bro?
But that's not like a quick change. Usually, it's a much slower change. Yeah, I guess in vetoes.
We have air sirens going off, bombings in Lutsk. I like how your goalpost shifting, Lamau, and no one is claiming it's your fault. Wait, what? No, that chatter was joking, and I was joking back with that chatter.
Oh, it's a 13-month sub. Don't do it to him.
You're,
it's a 13-month sub, Hassan. Don't do it to him.
Type of way about it. Here, take a week off.
Oof, saved.
I know. I know that like leftism means no jokes, and the less jokes you make, the more leftist you are. But the greatest joke of all is the top of the hour ad break. That is, of course, if you are already subscribed.
War Profiteer back at it
or
again,
for free
dude.
With the Twitch Prime.
Check out the War
That
Profiteer.
way it becomes a
Goddamn.
joke for you because you no longer see any ads and you enjoy an ad-free broadcasting experience. That's right.
Like that, he has history in mind.
Or if you're lucky, you can get gifted a sub. But these are the ways that you can avoid the top of the hour ad break. It's just a minute long.
Yeah, no worries, Dick Cheney.
But here's the ad now.
Even heard the president of Ukraine in recent weeks sort of saying it's not as bad as Americans seem to think it is. It seems that
POTUS
everything
consent
that the
troops
White
for
House
almost
is
3 months
expected
before
to happen
officially getting
is
congressional
happening
approval.
now.
Goalpost shifting. I was
Given that
wrong.
they
Focus
have
on the
this
actual issue,
intelligence,
please.
what do they do?
Yeah, well, remember exactly.
Thanks for the no ads. Yeah, I got you guys.
Weeks used words like hysteria and
Luckily for you guys, I have Twitch Turbo and I don't run ads on my stream, so we got off ad
in
free.
the early mornings hours of today. In fact, they have invaded, or at least they certainly have begun an assault on their neighbor, inflicting military.
If you're not subbed, come to Ludwig. Joe Manchin, you're gonna fucking out me. You're gonna out me. Let me steal this content in peace.
As we've just discussed, has a what he believes is a historic mission, right? It's not about
Can't
achieving
be
certain
fucking rat me out like that.
Putin really heard me say only a little Ukraine news today and said bet. Yeah, I literally said we're gonna do a little bit of Ukraine news, but it's an active situation, so like we might continue covering it depending on new information unfolding. And then, Russia.
Does YouTube Premium do anything for you?
Yes.
Weirdly enough, YouTube Premium only stops video ads, not live stream ads. So if I ran a live stream ad, you would still get it. Actually, you might be. No, you might not. I think you don't. But members don't stop ads, which is weird to me. It's really weird. If you're a member, it doesn't stop ads. YouTube Premium does stop ads.
Yeah, due to atomic bomb related incidents, I think you're going to be fine.
That's what I meant. YouTube Premium is goated.
Shock and awe Baghdad style would mean
Test
vaporizing
it. It's
civilians,
just an
hiding in
ad. There's like
underground
no
bunkers. Let's hope that's
weird
not the case.
surprise. I'm just going to give
Holy shit,
10,000
this
people
one's gonna keep
ads.
talking about how
It's
fragile
not
he
worth
is against
testing
white
it for a
criticism.
couple
Come on,
hundred
bro.
people.
Wait, what? No one is talking about this. We're the one talking about this.
Someone in chat said, is Tarkov really getting shut off?
I don't know why people are like, not a single person is talking about it. You just invented something that people are talking about.
What would be catastrophic?
That's a day off. They can take a day off.
The Ukrainian military ran out of weapons.
So interesting what people are
Listen, we have a lot of
concerned
new
about.
people in here, so I just gotta, mention something really quickly. When I ban someone, it's usually for your, it's for your good and for your enjoyment of the stream. The reason why I say that is because
I agree with that take.
Long-term community subs, community members, you all know I have a very, very bad brain. I can't stop myself from regularly engaging with chatters.
I think banning him's fine. I think taking the 15 seconds to 30 seconds to read their message out and chastise it is taking up 150,000 people's 15 to 30 seconds. So it's not worth the 60,000 to 75,000 minutes of human time.
Learn about what's going on.
But he just does. He has dumb brain. His brain is too dumb
I
to
don't want
not
that
read
selfish
it.
person to take over the stream. Okay, that's it. Because that person is being narcissistic.
Which is
They
fair.
want-
A
they
lot
want
of
the stream to
people.
center
That's a
around
normal
themselves
thing.
when they do that.
It's a normal brain.
Anyway, let's
when I say
People
dumb
don't
brain, it's a
deserve to
normal.
suffer. But at this moment, there has to be much more pressure on all of Russian society And I hope that's one of the things that they were discussing.
Luhansk
in these phone
separatists
calls.
announced the
My
intent to
executive
seize more
producer, Laura
territory.
Peikoff,
Yes.
who knows how to use the Twitter better than I do, just sent
Just
me,
don't read the comments instead of
Zelensky's
banning him.
tweet in English,
I think
in which he
banning him's
says,
hype. Fuck him.
Urge to
I mean,
stop
what do you?
Putin, war against Ukraine and the world immediately.
That's the
building
joy.
an anti-Putin coalition, immediate sanctions, which you just said, defense and financial support. He also says close the airspace. Now let's talk about this for a second.
My man
Close
said
the
the
airspace.
Twitter.
Can NATO do that? Can the U.S. do that? Ukraine's not a NATO country, but Ukraine is asking them to do that. What level of sanction, or does that cross the?
If anyone is to be to blame for what's going on today,
curious.
it's Imran Khan. Okay, that's right. Fuck it, I'm saying it, dude. Look at this motherfucking poster, dude. Can you imagine? Can you imagine going to fucking Russia, going to Moscow, okay?
I saw the Weekend's tweet.
And then this is the... Does anyone have it? Oh, here it is. Wait, does anyone have that fucking tweet with Imran Khan going to fucking...
I can't believe this could be World War III. Maybe I'm overly
Some of you
comfortable
must have
here, but
seen it, okay?
I'm very
You must
convinced
have
that that's
seen
not
what
a
I'm talking
concern
about.
you
There's
need to have.
100,000 people in here.
I was quite...
Ukraine has...
And I was also like, pretty stressed that invasion would happen. For what it's worth. I'm not generally someone who's like, yeah, that'll never fucking happen. But I think World War III is a little fear-mongery. This is World War III. This is an invasion. I'm not saying it's okay. But there have been invasions over the past 20 years that the U.S. have been involved in. So for this to be World War III is weird to me.
God damn it. The Imran Khan poster of him like actually going to Moscow. What? No. No. Yeah, okay, it's whatever. It's fine. What a time I have come. So much excitement. It's not looking great. Yes. Oh, this isn't even it, but this is one of them. Yes. On invitation of the Russian President Vladimir Putin, along with high-level delegation, including members of his cabinet, will embark on a 2-day official visit to Russia today. It's so funny when they have Imran, like when the Pakistani, when the Pakistani delegation, like when they go somewhere, it's like they have the funniest posters.
Okay, fair, yeah. That is funny. Good one. Lol. Russia really only got this bitch, huh?
I know you heard Ludwig. Wait, what?
Okay, wait, shit. What's going on?
I think there was another one. This is what I was looking for.
That's what I'm telling you, bro.
I've never seen some shit like this, bro.
They got that. What are they?
More,
They're Christian. They're churches,
need
right?
To do stuff like this. Okay.
Prime Minister Imran Khan to undertake historic visit to Russia.
I think. I think more.
Should have given him the fucking MLG sunglasses.
I love that. I think more leaders need to do that. Okay. This is like when chatters make memes of me for me to use before I blast off on Twitter. Okay. The sun and the shadow are behind him. Yeah, I mean they weren't working too hard. Russia, wait, I don't understand. I'm getting conflicted reports on here. Russian military says it has neutralized Ukraine's air defense capability, but then Ukrainian authorities are reporting the capture of 2 towns. They're saying it shot down 5 Russian planes.
I feel like
you know what I mean? Like
the rule of thumb is you never trust the first guy to drop it. You never, even if they have a verified check mark, you never trust the first guy to drop the information. You wait for like a huge media company to pick that up.
Better.
Oh, it's a 13-month sub. Don't do it to him. It's a
you're
13-month
still
sub, Hassan. Don't do it to him.
Type of way about it. Or take a week off.
Ooh. Saved.
I know that, and I was joking back with that chat. Why is Ludwig just watching me?
You do the same shit to
Ukraine
NBC.
hasn't helped at all by lying.
I don't see the difference. I'm taking back the React content for the large media conglomerates like NBC and ABC who are having their dime robbed from this this warmonger who's just feeding off this. I'm trying to take it back, baby. I'm doing this for you, Disney.
Germany asks nicely for Putin to stop. Germany calls on Russia to halt military campaign immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure the 0-2 in the last 2 world wars, Germany is going to stop them.
Oh, he's got downvotes? Jealous.
Before I go to Ukraine to fight the war, I just have to thank
I fucking hate politics, bro. Everyone talks like such a pussy. They're all like, please halt this military action immediately. If you could please stop doing what you're doing, please. Otherwise, I'm going to make it really expensive if you want BMWs. It's like, dude, come on. You know, a little bit more. Please halt.
The world must act immediately. Future of Europe and world is at stake. To-do list. Devastating sanctions on Russia now, including SWIFT. Fully isolate Russia by all means.
Right, done.
In all formats. Weapons, equipment for Ukraine. Financial assistance. Humanitarian assistance.
I think all these will be done, and they'll do. I think this is like the bare minimum. If I,
but
I feel like the way this is written is like it's a take, but this is just like the basic bitch grocery list of the U.S.
I mean, yeah. Good for them. Good for them.
Well, except for Swift. What is Swift? Except for Cutie's dog.
Why is Ludwig watching me? You do the same shit to NBC. I don't see the difference. Lamau. Wait, what? No, I don't have a problem with Ludwig watching me. I think it's funny. Fuck you, Ludwig.
Wow, fucking narcs.
Dude, imagine we could be hanging out.
Typical narcs, bro.
That could be cool. But
Yeah,
no.
you ditched me to go to the fucking Super Bowl. And how did you get the money to go to the Super Bowl? Profiteering off of war, Dick Cheney.
There was no good side on World War I, though.
Typical Hassan, bro. Could be hanging out. Coulda, yeah, you're right. Amen.
There was one side that won their battles. Third time's the charm, Germany. But still lost the war. Not even clear what the geostrategic advantage is here. It both vindicates NATO and whips up fear of Russian expansion
Kevin,
into the
don't
Baltic
just give me
Sea.
$100 and say minus $100. That's Kevin. You gotta don't do that. Keep your $100. Don't put me in that spot. You're making me seem like a bank account.
That Russia did this. Even the
You're
most
playing
like
stick
aggro
RPG.
fucking Marxist-Leninists are gonna. I mean, most aggro Marxist-Leninists are gonna say that's unacceptable. It's totally irredeemable, indefensible. Not only is it all of that, but also it's indefensible, irredeemable, completely aggressive and psychotic. Actually fucking falls into the memes that like Putin is a madman. Putin is a madman. Okay. It plays into Putin being a fucking madman. And not only that, but it just doesn't, like, there's no advantage to it. This level of posturing, I mean, this goes beyond posturing. This is just all-out war. Billion shells, goddamn you. Smirch MLRs, rocket boosters stuck in concrete.
I think the one interesting thing is this fear mongering, or does this have basis? Are the people who are drawing the correlation from this invasion to a possible invasion in Taiwan from China, understanding that it's hard to fuck with nuclear powers, even if they do extremely fucked shit to humans and humanitarian things.
What is this? Some crypto shit? Is that what you're gonna say?
Is that fear mongering?
You know, the Russia needed access to the
Bit of
Bored
truth there?
Apes. Is that what happened? Please don't hack me.
We're probably more rooted in Taiwan, no? The States? Which I imagine makes it a little different than Ukraine.
They might have gifted a lot of subs back in the day. I don't remember, but supporting a sympathetic breakaway region on the border is one thing, but invasion and forced participation of another sovereign state is nothing but violent irredentism. I want to hear what Russian propaganda is. Oh, Russian mission UN. Ukraine's provocations against Donbass not only failed to stop, but actually intensified. That's why DPR and LPR turned us, requesting military support under bilateral agreements on cooperation that had been signed simultaneously with the recognition of Donetsk and Lugansk. Oh, okay. That's why you're bombing Western Ukraine. Got
12
it.
likes.
Makes
Lamau.
total sense to me. Yeah, nothing to see here, dude. Totally. I'm always doing things like that. Dude, I know, yeah. Just like when your neighbor's dog shits on your front yard, you go and
What is
kill
the
the entire
attached
block.
picture?
You know, normal stuff. You just light the block up.
Wait, Russia
Makes
got
sense.
fired from Hollow Live? Or is this a meme? Because it's close to
Why are you
Russia.
dick riding America? First of all, I'm dick riding your mom, okay? And by that I mean I'm not having sex with your mom's female penis. I'm saying like your mom is dick riding me. It's late.
Really?
I've been live for 11 hours, okay?
She got... Is it because of the fucking thing? Is it because of the dumb shit with her and... what's his name? That guy? Breach of contract, apparently. Where do you even see this? I can't even find this. I literally looked up Russia. Nothing comes up. Tries to autocorrect me to Russia. Notice regarding termination of our contract with Uruha Russia. Oh my god. Wow. As of the 24th of February, today, Thursday, they cut out Russia because she's been distributing false information to third parties and leaking information, including communication regarding business matters. Hololive JP gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't fuck with them in any way, shape, or form.
The banner isn't up. It's your fault, dude. Yeah, we upgraded the banner, motherfucker. Look above me. Look directly above this on the right corner of the fucking screen.
If I'm
What does
V
it say?
Shoujo,
Putin
I'm
is very bad.
swooping.
Ukraine. It says Haas News breaking.
I'm swooping in, bro.
Shouts out to Ostenok for the sign.
How does Hassan's
Are you
mic
blind?
not... Dude, Hassan has made his mic into a fucking abomination. He has a Shure SM7B like myself, but he has like the gain turned all the way up with a cloud lifter, and he has the gate, meaning the amount of like volume you have to speak at, like decently high, so it's dead silent. And he can talk from anywhere in his room, and it sounds the exact same because the compression. So if he's right into it, or if he's all the way over here, it all sounds the same because it's so aggressively condensed.
I want that.
It's crazy. He basically
It's
turned
literally
it
the
into a
absolute
Blue
opposite of
Yeti.
what I want.
He turned his insane dynamic mic into a Blue Yeti. V Shoujo has some auditions a while ago, but there was some drama that pushed it off. But the results should be coming soon. Okay, cool. V Shoujo Russia. Let me start a VTuber org.
Anyway.
Mogul moves Russia.
Ukrainian officials say hundreds of Ukrainian service members believed to have been killed in Russian strikes. So, I don't know about this. I don't know about like this source, but I did hear Ukrainian Interior Minister saying that hundreds of what the fuck is happening there? What was that?
I didn't look, but it looked like it was moving.
What was that?
Was this bad? Did he show something bad?
Yeah, I gotta go back and look at that. What the fuck?
Did he show something bad, chat?
Were they hacked or something? What the fuck was that?
About ground forces is not good. There are
it looked like blurred out
are a number of
penises.
armored columns coming from the Belarus the country, which is now in a situation whereby there's a very...
That wasn't Twitter. That was like the official NBC YouTube page.
It was blurred. Should be fine.
Where we were actually present yesterday, Senkivka is the...
I just assumed penis because it was blurred.
Russia and Ukraine's borders come
China's less likely to do anything they want to be seen as acceptable to the world. I mean, they do some shit the world already doesn't see as acceptable, like the Uyghur camps.
Yeah, it seems like they just hit strategic positions.
I think they just want to seem strong, right?
We could see
NBC has been hacked? No way. Now you're just making shit up. Now you're just making shit up, bro.
New deployments. So this is on top of the 30.
Anytime someone ends a sentence with apparently, I just assume it's cap.
Belarus on what was supposed to have been a military exercise, but obviously the intent wasn't just that. And we're now hearing that that armored column is heading south in a Kiev direction. We don't know, obviously, where that force is intended to stop, if at all, and we're not sure about the situation with air support, but not wishing to be alarmist, it is heading in this direction, and we have seen video of
What is
that
this?
on what looked like a CCTV image.
It
we
feels
were
like at
there,
this point,
as I say, on Wednesday,
there's no real... Oh.
Making me want to punch my Russian coworker tomorrow. Please help me with my growing hate. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, it's a
when
weird thing to
America
say.
goes and like blows shit up in Iraq or Afghanistan, is it your fault? Did you want that to happen? I mean, maybe, but usually it's not your fucking fault. Your government, especially in the case of Russia, like there's even less. The Russian people, especially Russian Americans, have less to do with what fucking Vladimir Putin decides to do.
The thing about
than
it
anyone
is
else.
99% of Americans are too dumb to know the difference between a Russian and a Ukrainian. So they wouldn't know who to be mad at and who to give support to.
Don't be fucking stupid, dude.
You geoguesser a Ukrainian city and a Russian city?
Unless you're the Ukrainian ambassador.
They're guessing every time.
And that's who your coworker is.
You throw in Estonia and they're like...
peel off, they could go in different directions.
Then it kind of makes sense, to be honest. In that case, it's okay.
And Estonia's in NATO,
Only
right?
Less than 200 kilometers away is a lot of military hardware. Multiple missile launchers. There are also air defense capabilities there as well. A lot of the missiles may well have been fired from Belarus. We're not sure of that, but
Sepla, a well-known Final Fantasy 14 Twitch streamer, is trying to get to the border of Poland right now. Jesus Christ, dude.
Terrifying sound I hope to never hear in my life, but we are in a car leaving now.
To Zhytomyr on the MO6. Russian aerosol will be taking crossroads. Go to south to Bilaterska, to Berdichev, to Vinnytsia, to Kamenetsky. Fastest evac, go to Chernivtsi, crossing to Romania.
He fucked up half those words. Just choked the bag on those.
Violence is never okay, dude. That's what people did to Muslims after 9/11. Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's fucking completely unacceptable and disgusting, and has nothing to do with like Russian Americans.
You ever notice Hassan's reading voice? Sometimes Hassan just sees something and be like journalist, author, and EE expert covering, and it's like this never-ending like swing of intonation. And no matter how long it is, sometimes it's like incredibly long, he'll do that same intonation for the entire paragraph. Although it's supposed to be for like a sentence's worth.
Fuck. That's crazy, man. Be safe, dude. Holy shit. Oh my God, my Ukrainian chatter is Anthony Fantano. Oh my God, it's internet's busiest music nerd from Ukraine, from Ukraine. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's the melon. What does the text say? I don't know how to read what the text is saying here. Does anyone know what this text says? I don't know if I want to
Dude,
know.
okay, this is... I don't mean to make light of any scenarios happening today, but how fucking insane is it that Russia is trending today? How many people are going to click this like, oh, what's happening in Russia? Ah, shit. Let me check the trends for Russia, bro. Heard some shit went down. Wait, what the fuck do you mean, VTuber? We're going risky mode? Russia gave... okay, there you go. Russia and now Russia. What a funny thing to say. Dude. First Russia invaded a sovereign nation, and now my favorite VTuber left her agency? Could it get any worse? Fuck!
Dear Marauders, don't steal shit. Thank you, heart.
Not left, fired. All right, then get the severance package. You know what I mean? Milk them, Russia.
Be safe, man.
I think no matter what, everyone always takes the side of the people rather
Let's
than
be honest,
the large
if you thought you
orgs.
were about to get bombed, you'd be jerking it right now. Dude, I said that. I already said that. Remember earlier before Russia invaded and we saw that dude writing a poem? And I was like, dude, what are you doing writing a poem on Twitter? Like, I'd be fucking cranking one off. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I would not do that.
It does make me real sad, though. Dude, listen,
I don't think I would
you're gonna be all
crank
right.
one off. Damn, bro. Heard it's really tough out there for you. Crank one out for the homies. Get one less crank in there, bro. He's too much of a horn dog.
Yeah, hundreds of service members have already died from the Russian strikes. Senior
I did randomly think about it this afternoon, too. I was working out, and I was like, where would I go? Because I live in L.A., you know, if there was a nuke coming. And at first, I was like, oh, I get in my car and drive. But then I was like, oh, there would be too much traffic. I'll never be able to leave the city. And then I had a thought. I was like, maybe I buy a bunker. And then I was like, oh, this is how psychopath... Oh.
Funny. Fuck you, Ludwig.
Wow, fucking narcs.
Dude, imagine we could be hanging out.
Typical narcs, bro.
That could be cool. But
Yeah,
no.
you ditched me to go to the fucking Super Bowl. And how did you get the money to go to the Super Bowl? Profiteering off of war, Dick Cheney.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, baby. I tell it like it is.
Really,
Only
though, how
one
is it even a war?
journalist
I mean, dude,
in this
this
whole
is not like
fucking live
America
streaming
invading
world.
Iraq, okay? It's not. But it doesn't matter. It's still a complete psychopathic
Give me those trues, babe. Give me
escalation.
those keg W's. I'll
Again,
take them.
I have
Even
to
though I'm a
repeat
lull
myself.
W Andy.
Just because it's not like fucking...
I feed off
just
the
because
keg
they're not,
W's.
like, they're actually doing targeted deployment, like very actual precision strikes, does not change the reality that it's still an invasion. And they have they've deployed missiles.
The idea of proxy wars are so weird. This is just a thought that entered my mind. The fact that it's like okay to cross the line and give weapons to Ukrainians doesn't cause further conflict, but if you send people, then it does.
You wanted to see what Russian news is saying?
Guys, Kick W gets you timed out in the chat. We're lull W's
don't
only.
really appreciate us anyway. Obviously, things are not going great at home here. There's a lot of divisiveness, and people don't seem to like each other very much, and you worry about the rest of the world's problems. Maybe you got a few things to straighten out at home first. Clean your own house first before you go trying to clean somebody else's, you know?
I think that a lot of the
That was the
focus
Jordan
overseas
Peterson.
is definitely getting more
You're worried
attention.
about war,
In
you
the
should be
US, we
worried about
do
making
need more
your bed.
attention on things that are happening here at our home.
We have a lot of issues, and they aren't addressed. We need to mind our own business. The sanctions will topple Putin, never mind that they haven't before. And the US will defend Kiev's model democracy. To hell with those citizens and affordable petrol.
Confrontation, war with Russia is and will be very costly to the American people, beginning with increased inflation, making it harder for us to afford gas, food, and other necessities.
Dude, Tulsi Gabbard, there is not a fucking, like, there's not a situation in which Tulsi Gabbard doesn't find herself literally in the, like, worst position.
Apparently just as keen to sacrifice
It's
their
crazy to
people
shout
for a
out
good
Tulsi.
PR campaign.
He's like a Congress member,
Germans
right?
are split right down the middle on what to do with Nord
like
Stream
500.
2. But still, their chancellor halted the pipeline certification. Spoiler alert, no cheap natural gas for you, but at least we taught Moscow a lesson.
If you sanction a lot of one country, then it's going to affect a lot of other countries. So maybe
She's not a congresswoman anymore?
Should be able, if there are sanctions, it should
So
be
she's
more
just a
minimal,
failed presidential candidate now?
Rather than major hits.
Sanctions as a whole just generally don't work.
Dude, I would trust
economically.
anything this guy says.
I'm in the economist
He looks so
economist
smart.
in the finance business, so no.
I suppose sanctions don't ever work. Nothing works really, and it will hurt. It will hurt the Ukraine. It will hurt all sorts of people with the sanctions.
The good news is the politicians have promised relief. Don't worry.
Hey, notice how no one gives a fuck about people living in Ukraine, though? That's because, once again, and I have to repeat myself, Ukraine is simply a pawn in this fucking game of two fucking world powers warring with one another. One with waning influence over the global scale, a hegemonic power that is trying to desperately fling around as best as it can. And the other, Russia, also in a nearly identical situation. Not waning power, better off than it was before, but still nowhere near where it once was.
Yeah, I think it's pretty
Ukrainians
fair.
outside of Ukraine don't care about Ukraine. I mean, yeah. No, man, it's because his Russian news is not genuine.
Why is America power waiting?
If you think America gives a fuck about Ukraine, you're out of your mind, okay?
It's kind of like...
I know that's Russia Today, and that's why they're saying that. But, I mean, that's why they're picking people that say shit like that.
It's kind of like Incredibles 2. When Mr. Incredible and Mrs. Incredible are fighting at home, which makes them both perform worse in battle.
What? Do you think his speculation is correct? Tim Dillon?
If you didn't want to hear from a journalist, then you shouldn't have came to the Truthmeister.
What does Tim Dillon think about this? Russia Today is sarcastic? No, Russia Today is Russian propaganda.
All right, what time is it? 10:40? I don't think there's going to be any new news. This feels like... I guess war is not as cartoonish as people are under the impression anymore, you know? It's not like fucking people marching at first. Usually you just send in big planes and they blow shit up, which is still devastating. But to track that all the explosions happened and the casualties from them, I think take a lot of time. And all the live news updates are mostly conjecture is what I mean. Right? So to be able to like accurately report on what has happened rather than looking at the most recent tweet that came out within the past 2 minutes so you can be as informed as possible with the threat of maybe just consuming a super wrong piece of information is generally not worth it, as opposed to waiting for more verified news sources to give you better information on what's happening. You know? And I think it's the best takeaway for everyone here. I think it's easy to get lost in the live updates, breaking news. And it is breaking news. The most newsworthy thing that's happened in a long time. But it doesn't mean that you need to fill your brain with possible misinformation at every corner. In every single Twitter video.
Crazy.
Unsure if
Well, you
it's
don't see
real
that
or
every day.
old or what. Well, that's a crazy video, though.
Ukraine border post in Kharkiv region.
So World War III is not happening at the moment. Everyone can rest easy on that. And the only thing you should be worried about are the people who are, you know, in Ukraine. Who are the only people I think who are at any threat. There's no threat of getting drafted, but there is a threat for the Ukrainians. And just chill. You say that. Yeah, I think I say that. I think based off everything that's happened, calling World War III is crazy. I think World War III can only be called if some new shit happens. Like, if new shit happens, then I am allowed to change my mind. Based off everything that's happened right now, there's no universe where in the next week any superpower is countering Russia and being like, we're going to war too. Get them, boys. It'll be new shit. Yeah, but new shit can happen. But that shit's not going to be, that's not a right now thing. And I think worrying about it is more needless than useful. Because there is shit that's actually happening right now, and that's an invasion of Ukraine. Rather than the hypothetical World War III scenario and worrying about that. Does that make sense? Although, you know, draft memes will always be funny. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up stream, fellas. Throw up a little news. Maybe play some Super Auto Pets. And tomorrow the plan is to still go live. Because at the end of the day, much like when COVID-19 ravaged the world, my job was and still is to be the dumb guy that you watch when crazy shit is happening in the world. So you don't think about World War III and impending doom. So I'll go live at 2 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. You can hold me to it. We're going to go play Elden Ring at 3, and I will not end the stream until I beat that game, no matter how long that takes. Which it might take a long fucking time, because it's a long fucking game. But I promise I'll beat it by Sunday night. If I don't, I'll get Cutie a Cat on a live stream on Monday. Sound good? And we'll also obviously update if anything crazy happens in a war. Anyway, boys, I'm out. Thank you all for watching today. New YouTube video is a YouTube exclusive. It just went live. If you've been spending your whole evening consuming wartime updates and you want a 17-minute, 59-second break, me and Slime ate everything at Nando's. The popular Portuguese, South African, British, Australian-based restaurant. Check it out. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.